Warning, this review contains spoilers. Please click away if you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption.
Stop spoiling everything, Juan.
Sorry, everybody. Our favorite host, Filibuster Billy Townsend, couldn't be with us today.
Unfortunately, he's being charged with aggravated assault and battery.
Hey,
How'd you get out?
Let's work out.
Oh, Andy Dufresne.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blockbuster Reviews. I'm your host, Filibuster Billy Townsend.
I'm your host, Bruce.
I'm Juan. And without further ado,
Let's get right into the review.
The Shawshank Redemption came out in 1994. This R-rated film was directed by Frank Darabont. It was based closely on the American short story by Stephen King, Rita Hayworth, and Shawshank Redemption, which was published in 1982. In Shawshank, we follow Andy Dufresne, played by Tim Robbins, from the perspective of the beloved Morgan Freeman, who plays Alice Boyd Redding.
The two are accompanied by Bob Gunton as Samuel Norton, Shawshank's abusive and malicious warden, who kind of looks like he just left Whoville. And he's also accompanied by Clancy Brown as Byron Hadley, the head guard straight out of a World War II concentration camp.
Looks so weird with that facial hair now. Looks like the next door neighbor that won't throw the ball back over the fence.
Or a shitty knockoff of Hades from the classic movie Hercules. Together with William Sadler, James Whitmore, and Jill Bellows as Haywood, Brooks, and Tommy Williams respectively, they create an atmosphere that highlights the mess of prison life as the plot develops. After watching The Shawshank Redemption a few times, I feel slightly disappointed. Alright? It was just very slightly disappointing. Very disappointing. The acting in the film was exceptional, except that I feel Mr. Tim Robbins' portrayal of Andy, the way he just pauses before speaking, shows him as too quiet and makes me believe he actually did murder his wife and her lover in real life. Morgan Freeman as Red was exceptional. I'm sure there was something not fantastic at some point, but that doesn't matter because of his magnificent voice. It distracted me the entire time. Warren played that by that one guy that was in that one movie about the animal cop.
He also played one of those rich evil side characters in Daredevil.
And Brooks, who was played by James Whitmore. Whitmore's performance was fantastic, and I wish we had seen him getting carried away by his crow Jake, or actually stabbing that one guy to stay in prison, rather than hanging himself in some crummy motel. Moving on to the plot of the film, I wish there was more of one. Throughout the film, the events unfolding just seem to happen, and there is never really much build-up. I was not a fan of this, because I have a short attention span and need action to stay focused. If the short story is like this, I'm not sure I'll enjoy it. I can't read that well anyways, so it might be a tough one to begin with. Some explosions would have made the movie much more interesting to watch. The film relied heavily on the use of montages to show the passing time in Shawshank. And I'm sure I could also make a montage of how many times I fell asleep.
I think the cops are looking for you, Buster. Keep going, keep going.
The lighting of the film was rather dreary and dark, and it seems like the skies are always cloudy outside of the yard, except for the morning on the roof where the workers drank beer. Eventually, the lighting brightened up near the end of the film, like after Red's release from prison, when he finds the letter from Andy in the cornfield, and when he is reunited with Andy on the beach in Mexico. The camera angles and movements in the film helped portray all the scenes and events in a fantastic way. The overhead shot of Andy in the hole, for example, shows the weakened state that time in the hole puts the characters in. Film techniques like this truly create fantastic scenes and add plenty of suspense and character to the film.
Going off of those film techniques, have you seen the way they manipulate lighting in this movie? From the moment we meet Warden Norton and the captain, the low-key lighting screams of their malice. The way light casts its shadow over the prisoners' faces, the way it shines on Norton's mug, it's perfectly consistent in informing the viewer of Andy's place in this new dark world. Better yet, it teaches us that this is exactly how the warden wants it. The filmmakers also use music to pair with that low-key lighting. Better yet, it's a perfect starting point for Andy Dufresne's character arc. I gotta disagree with you, Bruce. Dufresne's unnerving timidity at the beginning of the film sets his stage for his redemption. Spoilers for you teachers out there, this story is about finding redemption through hope. And this is when the best part about the movie becomes apparent. We see things author Stephen King never let us see. Unlike King's original novel, we actually get to see Mrs. Dufresne and her lover, as well as Andy, defenseless in court. This man should be broken. Morgan Freeman said it himself.
Every man has a breaking point.
Another aspect of movie making behind Stephen King is the purely aesthetic elements behind visuals and music. We can see the filmmakers combine the two when we see Andy standing outside of Shawshank's walls, illuminated by the fierce lightning and swelling orchestra. This brings his character's redemption to full circle, and after seeing his hopeful self crawl through half a mile of crap, we can't help but cheer for the guy. Also, there's some gorgeous long shots that really emphasize how open the free world is. Even the rotation of the camera around a subject tells us so much. I agree with you, Bruce. The movie is gorgeous, but if Andy's perseverance doesn't make you wanna, you might as well.
Yes, I agree with you both. It's truly a beautiful movie, from the camera angles and the lighting to the great actors and great acting in general. It's a piece of art. My only critique would be the plot. It wasn't consistent. It felt like sometimes things were just happening. You know, there was no rhyme or reason. You were just waiting around having it happen. Although, I mean, it kept me interested the whole time, don't get me wrong. Just at times, I didn't know what was happening, especially the breakout. Like, there was anything to it, and then he was just climbing out. He was just gone one morning, and you don't even know about it.
Make it organic, coming from the heart.
Here at Blockbuster Review, we have a 5-tier rating system. At the top, we have Blockbusters. Great movie, busting all over. Cheeks is the bottom after that, and you know, you might think Cheeks is bad, but Cheeks is good because Cheeks clap and clapping is good.
Just like this movie will make you clap.
And your cheeks will be clapping.
On a good day. Number 3, we have Singular Bust, and you know, it's a good one-timer, not much more than that. It's a good one-time. And we got Hit and Quit, you know, you do it once, you'll never see it again. It's
Unless you're coming home from university, then you'll see her in the supermarket.
Nah.
Number 5, we have The Bank Buster. Waste of money, nothing came out. You know, honestly, it was a tough decision today. It's a very good movie, just a couple minor flaws. So we're gonna go with Cheeks today. Very close. The main problem was the plot. You know, at times, just felt like there was nothing moving it forward. It was just stuff kind of recklessly happening. You know, overall, I enjoyed the movie. It's a very good movie. I'd watched it a couple times, but not a blockbuster. Very close though.
I'd have to agree. While the plot is, let's say, not the most well kept for movie making, it is still a very good novel, and the movie stayed very close to Stephen King's original story, and the filmmaking was phenomenal. Bruce, you have anything to add?
I just watched this because Morgan Freeman's in it, and his voice makes me bust.
That's what we do here at Blockbuster Reviews.
We'll see you next time.